Buckle up, guys, because this one starts off absolutely wild. We're talking about a sovereign citizen mom who fled with her kids and ended up getting tackled by the FBI while holding her child. That's not courtroom drama. That's a full-blown federal takedown. Now she's dragged into a legal battle not just with the courts, but with a very YouTuber exposing her story. This isn't just a pro-SE litigant. It's a full-scale sovereign storm brewing. And it's not just about legal theory. It's personal, chaotic, and emotional. You're about to see how delusion meets determination. And it's not pretty.
Miss Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bitar talked to Ms. Dineski, and apparently she's representing herself. People versus Lindsay Dineski. This is set for the violation of the conditional bond. And also there's still the underlying case that is that there was a warrant on of the malicious use. What's the people's position on these cases?
Your Honor, as it relates to the bond, there have been numerous bond violations reported by Mr. Nerswick during the pendency of this matter. I believe there were at least 4 that were reported. Mr. Nerswick indicates there were more that he did not report, just so that he wasn't going to the police on a daily basis.
Right, I understand.
From her. It's clear, I mean, she made it clear during the pretrial with Judge Martin that she did not agree to the court's bond and wasn't going to abide by it, and she absolutely has not. There have been continued bond violations. I spoke with Mr. Nerswick for a moment this morning. He indicated that what he would like is no contact from Ms. Dineski, because the limited contact that he did afford her during the pendency of this matter, she has abused repeatedly.
Right, and so there's already a no contact in place, and she decides to ignore it. So what would you
No,
like
I
me to
actually
do?
don't. I actually don't. He was harassing me, and I only told him to stop harassing me.
Okay.
So if he comes to my home and he's harassing me, I have a right to say, you cannot harass me. And the only other time I talked to him was about the children, which I was told I was allowed. And I do not feel I can get a fair trial here, and I would like a change of venue, and I would like a trial, or I would like the charges to be dropped. I am not guilty of this charge.
Please be quiet so I don't have to mute you. Don't make me
I'm
do
letting
that.
you know what I would like.
Ms. Manarino, what's the people's position on all of this?
Your Honor,
And I'm aware that there's some ongoing thing with...
Yeah, he lied to get a court order. He stole my court documents. He's been harassing me at my house daily. He's had family members harass me. He's had other people texting me that are basically telling me what he wants to say, calling me a cunt, calling me a bitch, saying I'm never going to see my kids again. He's the one harassing me.
Your children's stuff is downtown. I mean, that's what...
No, this
that's
is about
what family
the whole reason why he's putting harassment charges on me.
I can't do anything
Okay, but he's
about
putting
your
harassment, ma'am. Can I just... I'm in...
No, actually, it's my courtroom. No, you
No,
speak
but it's
when
my
I tell
hearing,
you
and
you
I'm
can
the
speak.
defendant, and I have a right. I have a
You're
right.
right. You have the right to be muted, because I'm not going to continue to do this with you, Ms. Dineski. I'm not. Ms. Manarino, what do the people think that they want?
Your Honor, I don't know if because there have been so many.
I'm not going to.
I would like a trial.
Lock this woman up, Ms. Dineski. You're pushing all my buttons. Listen, I'm trying to do I'm trying to figure out what Ms. Manarino thinks she wants, because I'm not inclined to put you in jail. Although I am inclined to make you go and get a competency.
All right, guys, here's where the madness starts unfolding. The creator breaks format to tackle a legal circus that spirals in every direction. Lindsay Dineski isn't just suing the father of her kids. She's suing a YouTuber, claiming her rights have been violated by public commentary. Meanwhile, in court, prosecutors are raising red flags about bond violations, harassment, and constant filings. And Lindsay? She thinks she's fighting tyranny. But the reality is, she's fighting everyone, including her own credibility. If you thought this was just a custody dispute, think again.
I can give you a mental eval and a note from my psychiatrist that says I don't. But when somebody's being harassed and abused, they don't act like they normally do.
What I'd like to do from this, I would like her to have a competency and criminal responsibility.
I would agree with that, Your Honor. I think that would be helpful.
I'm going to make a referral for an out of custody for competency and criminal responsibility.
Well, like I said, I would like a change of venue, because this court has shown bias against me and in favor of Chuck. So I would like to change the venue.
I don't even know who Chuck is, so it would be hard for me to show bias for somebody
Not
that
you
I don't even
particularly,
know
but this
who it
area
is.
and the police have lied. They lied to have these charges.
That
brought,
doesn't
man.
change.
And Your
Changing
Honor-
venue only takes if I change venue.
Yeah, and then
which
you didn't.
I'm
You
not.
didn't on the eviction case that we had on the 10th. You did not even allow me a trial, which was my right, and you evicted me without a
actually,
trial.
you had a 30-day notice to quit, and there was no lease. And I told you if you
There was a lease,
demonstrated
ma'am. There was
I
a
gave
lease.
you, and I
had a
gave you.
lease, but I
And
had a
I
lease.
gave you 24 hours to bring me a proof of that lease, which you did not do. So I'm going to refer this for criminal
Ma'am, you
responsibility and
kicked me out of the room, and you never
All
told me
right?
that I could present the lease, ma'am. You never told me
I
that.
told you that you could present the lease within. Listen,
You
Ms.
kicked
Dineski,
me out
bring
of the
me the
room.
lease today. Bring me the lease today, then.
I will email it. I don't have a
No,
ride.
I don't want it emailed. I want it brought live to
Well,
the
then
court.
I'll have to mail it because I don't have a way to get there. I will have to mail it to you.
Then email it to. Then email it to the court.
And not only that, but he's the one harassing me, and he's abusing the system to harass me. I was extending my good faith efforts about the ending of our relationship and our children, and he took that, and instead of going to mediation, which is what I was asking him for, he had the police lie on a police report, which I can prove that they lied. I have the evidence, and the thing is my liberty should not be infringed upon because somebody else lied, and I can prove it. So that's why I would like to trial.
For today, before I do anything else, they're going to send you paperwork to get a criminal responsibility and a competency to make sure that you understand the charges.
Yes,
and that
but
you
if I can,
understand,
but you know what? If I can prove
all
that
of your behaviors, Ms. Dineski.
What behavior? Standing up for myself?
Evidence.
Standing up for all I have done is stand up for abuse, ma'am. You guys are helping an abusive victim because he has.
And that's your opinion today, and you're entitled to that.
And I have a
but
right.
I want to make sure that you're competent. So today, I'm going to order the competency and the criminal responsibility, and we'll go from there. Ms. Manarino, we'll let you know once she's done that. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
so
you.
when you get the paperwork, you've got to do the referral for
Yes,
the.
but
Michelle,
if I have evidence
how do we
that this
send
was
her the referral for that?
This is where things go off the rails fast. Lindsay ignores direct orders from the judge, speaks over everyone, and even claims harassment by the court. She argues that public records are being used against her unfairly, while filing lawsuits herself. The judge warns her about her behavior, but she doubles down, citing laws that don't apply and rights that don't exist in the way she thinks. It's like watching a legal meltdown in real time. This isn't advocacy, it's pure chaos. She wants her voice heard, but instead, she's proving why the court questions her fitness to proceed.
Well, because of your behaviors and your antics.
What behaviors? I don't have any antics, ma'am. What antics? Can you give me a lawful reason why you're going to order me to do something against my will?
All of your interruptions and your rantings make me question whether or not, and you've made statements about having mental health issues.
I asserted my rights, so you're retaliating.
I know that you have a psychiatrist. I know you have a psychiatrist, which leads me to believe that there may be some mental health issues.
No, I have ADHD.
And if your psychiatrist says you're good, and it's my responsibility to make sure that you're competent to proceed. And so that's what I'm going to do.
And I have ADHD, very well controlled, ma'am.
Yeah.
The thing is,
we will send the paperwork to the forensic center. They will contact Ms. Dineski and send her the paperwork as long as we have a good address on file. But that's where they'll send it to.
Okay. So you'll reach, because it's not your psychiatrist. We have the state psychiatrist.
Yes, ma'am, but I should not be forced to take a mental eval.
I note your objections.
Excuse me, let me finish, please.
Yeah.
When I'm been asserting my rights, there's no antics. Yep. I have quoted laws to you. I have quoted my rights that I'm entitled to under the law. So I don't understand how you could see that as antics.
So anyway, Ms. Dineski, you've mentioned the psychiatrist multiple times, and I just think it's everybody. And I do this. This has nothing to do with you. This is.
I'd be happy to provide you. I have a letter that I just got from my therapist. I have one from my psychiatrist, and I have a full. Can I please just can I have a chance?
Well, except that your psychiatrist is not someone that is experienced in doing competency evaluations.
Okay, but I actually had a competency evaluation by the state of Michigan as well.
Okay.
Already.
When was that?
It was 2019.
I suggest that when you get the competency that's
Or
now,
2020.
that you take that paperwork and give that to them.
So I'm perfectly competent. I don't understand, because I'm asserting my rights, why you're retaliating against me and telling me I need a mental eval because you don't personally like the way I speak, or because I have ADD. So you're discriminating against me because I have ADD. So that's part of the reason why I interrupt. And so that is actually under the ADA, you're retaliating against me because of my ADD.
It's not retaliatory.
Yes,
There's nothing retaliatory about sending someone for a competency.
Why you're infringing on my liberty by forcing me to do a mental
you can
eval?
file an appeal.
I
you have that right. I make a decision and you can file appeals.
The police
in the
who are helping
meantime,
him are corrupt.
we're done for today, and you're going to get something from the forensic center, and you have to go and participate in that process. And obviously, you've already done it once, so you know what it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind taking the eval. I just don't have a ride there. I don't have any way to get there, and I'm
not so sure that they don't do them by Zoom now.
And that's fine if that's what they want to do, but. This man has made it so he's destroyed my life. And instead of them helping me, these police, they won't let me file charges against him.
And I don't, I don't have supervisory over the police department. I don't do anything.
No, but I'm telling you that he has been violating the law and they won't help me.
Now we hit the boiling point. The judge suggests a competency evaluation, and Lindsay absolutely loses it. She claims she's been misdiagnosed before, calls out past trauma, and accuses the court of ADA retaliation. She even tries to flip the entire proceeding, demanding her own psychiatric evaluator and threatening countersuits. The judge maintains his cool, but you can see he's now treating this as more than just defiance. It's dysfunction. This is the sovereign citizen mindset in full bloom. Everything is a conspiracy, and accountability is always someone else's burden.
I'm the one being abused, and I have witnesses. As literally all my my neighbors. I've had to have people stay with me for my own safety, and he's saying I'm harassing him. And then just please hear me out. He went to Washtenaw County. He lied about his address on the paperwork so he could go to Washtenaw County because I had a PPO against him, and his ex-girlfriend, who he tried to kill, had a PPO from before. And so he didn't want to go to court in Wayne County because of all these things. And then he started making false allegations about, I was trying to talk to him about our children. And one of our children he took, and I was worried about her. And then the other children he wouldn't support. So me having a good faith effort, and I had a reason to talk to him, would be different if I was just harassing him and threatening him. I was just saying, if you do not, take care of your children and you don't let me see our other daughter, then I will have to take legal action. That is not harassment. That's asserting my rights. And he has abused the system, and he went to Washtenaw County and he filed stuff there with no jurisdiction because he lied on his, then he should not be considered credible. And you can call the court yourself in Washtenaw County and find that out. He's the one who needs a mental eval because he has lied. He has stolen my court documents out of the mailbox. I have shadow of a doubt proof that he has done that, and the police will not investigate it. They have refused to investigate federal felonies. He stole at least 4 court documents, so I did not know.
If you can't get Van Buren Township to do it, then you should. I suggest that you go to Michigan State Police and make the complaints with them.
Ma'am, they said it's not their jurisdiction.
It is their jurisdiction. When there's an allegation against the local police department, Michigan State Police will get involved.
Yes, ma'am. But I tried. I have proof that I've
tried to. Or
the
sheriff's department.
So I'm telling you as a judge that the law is being broken and that your court is being used to abuse me, a victim, and nobody's listening to me. So I don't
have an opportunity. There's nothing that's happening on this case right now. It's pending still. So there's nothing that's happening on this.
Yeah, but you have to understand that because of this case.
I am telling you, though, that as long as this case pends, and obviously, even for your best interest, you're better off not having any contact with them.
Well, no, here's the problem, Your Honor. With this case pending, they're not going to give me custody of my children, which that's the whole point of this.
This case, I've never seen anyone with a case such as yours. It's a telephone harassment. That someone
which is why it should be dropped
because of that case.
Well, he's using that, and he used it to get a PPO, a fraudulent PPO. So he's using fraudulent charges that I can easily prove that should be dismissed based on the fact that there was no malicious intent and based on the fact that I had a reason to communicate with him. And so that's protected free speech.
Well, but
And so-
now
and
from
so while
today
this is-
forward, I'm telling you, you shouldn't have contact with him now, though. It's only causing
Yeah,
you
but
more problems.
he has my children illegally. So
But-
he won't
but
even
Ms.
tell me how the
Dineski-
children are.
What happens when someone thinks everyone is corrupt, except them? You get Lindsay, painting herself as the lone truth teller in a world of liars. She rants about past evictions, protective orders, and supposed cover-ups. She tries to dictate terms to the court, saying what she will and won't comply with. But the law doesn't run on feelings, and judges don't negotiate with fantasy. Still, she pushes forward, confident that sheer defiance is a legal strategy. It's both tragic and bizarre, watching someone so convinced of their own invincibility crash into hard legal limits.
That
but
judge
he-
is not going to look favorably if you continue to have contact when you've been told not to. I'm just
Well,
giving
and
you
that's
some
fine. I
friendly
understand that,
advice.
and that's fine. I understand that. I don't want contact with him except for about our children. And right now, he's in violation of MCL 7.0 or 7.50 parental kidnapping. He lied.
But that's not I can't do anything about that. Even if all of
The
that's
Sumter
true,
won't
I
press.
don't have
Yeah, but Sumter won't
authority.
press charges against him, ma'am.
But it's in front of a judge downtown that's made a decision,
No, it's
I imagine.
No, it's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Please listen. Please listen. I told you he filed in Washtenaw County, knowingly that he did not have jurisdiction there, and he lied about his address and put a fake address.
Well, then if it's in Washtenaw County,
it
then
was
you have to
vacated.
go deal
I
with
did.
family court there.
No, we don't, because there wasn't jurisdiction, and he stole my court documents, which I proved to that judge, and she had to vacate it. And he lied to the FBI.
Well, then if there's
which
nothing
that-
pending right now, you need to file something in Wayne County and
And yes,
family
ma'am,
court saying that.
that's my yes, and I'm
Okay.
doing that. But what I'm saying is that this is going to be used against me, and that's a violation of my liberty because these
Well, you
charges
haven't
are
even
wrong.
filed it yet, so it can't
Yes,
be
I
used
have.
against you.
Yes, I have. I have filed.
Well, you just said there was nothing in Wayne County, so you're being
No, I didn't say that. I said this.
contradictory.
No, that's not. You misunderstood me. I said what he filed was not in Wayne County.
Okay,
He
okay.
took it and
But if
went
you
to
have a Wayne
Washtenaw
County action, they'll make a decision. But I have a lot of other
But in the
cases today,
meantime,
and I
he
think
has-
I've
he has
given you more than
illegally-
enough time.
But you should be able to tell him to tell me what's going on with the kids. He took two
I
two
can't do
young
anything
children.
about the kids, Miss Dineski.
Well,
I don't
then
even
how
have
come-
jurisdiction over the children.
But the last judge said I couldn't contact him when it came to Haley.
I
And
said
that's one
that
of my
you can't have
children, too.
contact with him. I can't tell him what to do with the children. That's an issue for family court.
No, but if he's
All right,
breaking the
for
law,
today,
that's the criminal
we're
law,
all
ma'am.
set for today. All right, and
Okay.
you'll look for something from forensics.
Okay, thank you.
At this point, Lindsay shifts her sovereign tirade into a full-scale rant about housing court, false arrests, and paperwork conspiracies. She claims she was evicted based on forged documents, insists the sheriff was in on it, and says it's all retaliation for her earlier complaints. The judge tries, patiently, to explain that a civil court can't address criminal allegations. But Lindsay doesn't care. She's here to unload, not listen. To her, every courtroom is the same battlefield, and every judge is just another enemy. It's grievance over substance, fury over fact.
On Deborah Cripps versus Charles Nerswick and Lindsay Dineski, the last hearing, I had indicated that the plaintiff was entitled to possession. I asked if there was a lease. You said that there was not a lease. Ms. Dineski said there was a lease. Subsequent to that, Ms. Dineski sent documentation to the court of text messages from your client indicating that there was a valid lease through September of this year, which brings me back to the conclusion that there's something in writing that your client indicated, even though it's a text message, but that constitutes, in my mind, some type of a lease, unless Ms. Dineski isn't paying rent or there's a violation of that agreement. There is something in writing that says, although it's not a typical lease, there is a written document that says that she leases the premises through, I don't remember if it's September 1st or September 30th, whatever it is. That's a problem.
Okay, I think I have a copy, Judge, or someone copied me. I think a text message. I don't have text messages plural. But
Yeah, a text message that says the lease is until whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but Judge, there is no signed lease. We don't have any signed lease by the parties.
Well, it's a determination of whether that communication from your client constitutes an agreement for a lease through September.
Okay.
I mean, you're right. If the text had been from Ms. Dineski to your client, I would agree with you that your client didn't agree. But the text is from your client to her.
Oh. I'm not sure what that is.
It's Mr. Beal. Mr. Beal, mute yourself. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, but Judge, there's no indication of any acceptance of that.
That's to have a hearing to determine whether there is or not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, Judge. I wasn't sure, Judge, when I had filed my writ, because you had indicated at the last hearing that Ms. Dineski would have to provide that within 1 day. I didn't hear anything for...
Right. No. I know. And then she provided a bunch of documentation and then they brought it up. And then, by the time I looked at it, I said, she's got, go ahead and set it for a hearing.
Oh, okay.
But my question to you, I guess my one question to you is, there is no allegation. She's continuing to pay rent, correct?
Well, I think my client could probably answer that, Judge, because I was approaching this as a termination, not as a non-payment. I think
right.
Mr. Nerswick, up until one point, was paying rent, but then there was no rent being paid. So, I mean, you can ask. I have no problem with the court.
Has there been rent paid, Ms. Cripps?
The last time rent was paid was February 1st. So March.
That's what I did ask.
I'm sorry. Let me back up. March 1st was the last time that rent was paid. So April, May, and then tomorrow rent would be due again.
Right.
And they harassed me out of the property, so I haven't even been living there. And I tried to do a goodwill and good faith.
Well, if you're not living there, Ms. Dineski, then
I didn't want to move.
Contesting this
because I was forced out. They changed the locks. They harassed me illegally, mercilessly.
Okay. No. But let me just stop you. Then you can file a separate lawsuit against her,
which I plan on doing. But I was forced out of the house.
Okay, but you're not living there anymore, correct?
Well, I want to live there. I never wanted to leave. I tried to make an agreement to pay rent with her. She refused to communicate with me. Then they filed the eviction.
So you want to access the premises so you can come post the bond for the 3 months rent?
I mean, I at least want to get the rest of my things.
No.
At the very least, and I would like to.
Okay, then how much time do you need to get the rest of your things?
Well, I'm not sure because every time I've gone back there, there's been someone there. I don't even know if my things are there or not. I need to at least go and assess what is there and see what's going on at the property because I haven't been able to go back there since that I haven't gone back since the one day that you said that the eviction would have taken place.
No. I said I was going to I still haven't signed the writ. I'm trying to get you to tell me.
I know, but you gave Charles a PPO against me.
I didn't give any PPO.
I got a paperwork that said that you gave him a PPO.
I don't issue PPOs, Ms. Dineski. That's not even humanly possible. I don't issue PPOs. I'm not a circuit court judge. There's the circuit court judge does the PPOs.
It must have been a fraudulent paperwork that he had.
It could be.
And I'll send that to you so you can see how fraudulent these people are and how corrupt they are. And I would like an investigation because
I don't investigate. That's not my job.
Well, the police refuse to investigate.
I can't force they're a different branch of government. There's nothing I can do about that.
Well, it's funny because judges will order the police to do stuff like take my children unlawfully from me.
I did not have anything to do with taking your children either.
No, but the whole entire eviction and the whole entire false charges of the malicious use of the phone,
and I brought you back when you sent the text message that said that Ms. Cripps had given you access to the property.
But you
And
also
now-
issued a fraudulent bench warrant against me when my daughter had a blood clot, and that caused the police to arrest me and take my children and give
I
them
issued
to
a bench warrant against you because you didn't appear.
I did
And then
appear.
when you did
I did
appear,
appear.
I withdrew
did
the
appear,
bench
ma'am.
warrant.
No, you did not. I was arrested falsely because of Charles.
That
me
didn't
arrested
come from
falsely.
me. The arrest
fraudulent.
for-
Why did I get a bench warrant when my daughter had a DVT? And I called and I
have no
gave her-
idea.
Well, that's what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to
So
do.
because of that fraudulent
I'm gonna
warrant,
give
my
her-
children were taken
I'm going to
away
give
from
her,
me.
Mr. Robinson, I'm going to give her 2 weeks until June the 15th to get her stuff, and I'll sign the writ on June the 15th. So you have 2 weeks to go into the premises. Probably not, but go ahead, Mr. Nerswick.
Yeah, he follows me around and comes
Well, but if
where I'm at.
but if you have a PPO, then if any of
has
her
your-
stuff
ma'am, it
is
has your
there,
name
then
on it.
she has to be able to do a civil standby to get her stuff.
Yeah, but is my stuff even there?
Yeah,
And I
she
want
has
my
to do,
children
you have to
back,
have the
ma'am.
police
I would like to
department
have
go
my
back
children
with
back.
you.
He
But
kidnapped
when
my
I
children because of the warrant, the fraudulent warrant that you issued. And so I have a right to have you order a pickup order to get my children back because of that warrant that you
I don't even have the jurisdiction.
the government, and I can assert my rights to any agent of the government. I can read you the case law if you would like, but because of a mistake that was made by this court, the police took my children from me and gave them to him, and he does not have custody of them. He doesn't even have a legal right established to the children because paternity
Okay, you
hasn't
can submit
established.
that to me and I'll look at it if you want me to
Thank
sign
you.
something.
Yes, please. I would really appreciate that.
Defendant
Because he
to,
has kept I just want you to know he's kept the children away from me illegally since May 6th. He has not spoken to me about them. He has not let me see them. And they are 3 and 4. And one of them I was still nursing. So I will send you that. And I would really like.
if you're still nursing a 3-year-old, that's a different conversation.
No, that's not. If the La Leche League says 3 years old is optimal.
I said it's a different conversation.
So
I
I'm just
didn't
saying
make a
it's traumatic.
judgment on it, Ms.
I'm just saying
Dineski.
it's traumatic. The point is it's traumatic for the
Defendant to
children.
remove her property by June 15th with a civil standby.
Well, it was
Writ
going to take
writ to issue on June 15th, Mr. Robinson.
it might take me a lot longer than a civil standby to get my things. And
I can't help it. He's got a PPO that I don't have anything to do with.
The
I
PPO
can't
has
tell you
your
to
name
go
on
get
it,
your
ma'am.
stuff.
I think
The
it's fraudulent.
PPO does not, Mr. Nerswick, who signed the PPO? Thank you. Thank you very much. My name's not on it, Mr. Dineski. It's Judge Triplett. Writ to issue June 15th. Yes, Mr. Nerswick?
That is not true at all. He's a liar.
That's fine.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't been
just
there
going
in
to give her
weeks
2
either.
weeks, and Mr. Nerswick, she can either come with the civil standby or she can appeal me. Those are the situations. All right, Mr. Robinson.
Judge, just so I could clarify, you're going to hold off signing.
Yep.
I already filed the
2
writ.
weeks.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
This part is where courtroom logic gets shredded entirely. Lindsay treats the judge like an opposing party, firing off accusations faster than anyone can respond. She says no one has jurisdiction over her, claims her rights are being sold, and accuses the court of blocking her kid's testimony. Her strategy: drown the judge in words, hoping something sticks. But legal arguments aren't won by volume, and the more she talks, the less sense it all makes. It's like a sovereign citizen TED Talk, long on outrage, short on law. The judge, to his credit, stays cool as ice.
Versus Nerswick and Dineski.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge Steve Robinson, appearing on behalf of Paula Cripps.
Good morning, Mr. Robinson. Ms. Dineski, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and do we have a Mr. Nerswick as well? All right, thank you. Activate your camera if you've got it, Mr. Nerswick. If you don't worry about it. Mr. Robinson, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with both Mr. Nerswick and Ms. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Ms. Dineski. Mr. Nerswick is in agreement. This is a termination of tenancy, Judge. It's not a non-payment. Ms. Dineski has indicated to me that she's filing a motion for change of venue due to wrongful prosecution. Not quite sure the substance of that, Judge, or how it relates to our particular case. Like I said, this is done pursuant to a 30-day notice to quit back in February, and that's where we're at, Judge.
Mr. Neske, explain to me what your motion is going to be about.
Well, I wanted to ask for a change of venue due to there's other proceedings in this court where I have been mistreated and maliciously prosecuted. They have shown bias against me and in favor of Charles Nerswick and the Van Buren police who have in violation of. And it's this eviction. Well, up until the point where it became before this court, it was just the Van Buren police and Charles Nerswick, and I would say also Miss Cripps because he's related to her. They're cousins, and he attacked me, and I kicked him out.
You're getting off track.
I'm actually this is retaliation. The eviction itself is retaliation.
Okay. Well, that's all right. Well, you're not going to get a change of venue because you think it's a retaliatory eviction.
But then things have happened since then where the court has entertained malicious and frivolous charges against me that don't even have jurisdictional basis or standing at all to be brought, and they've issued a fraudulent warrant for my arrest, and they have sent the police to my house to harass me multiple times, and I just don't feel that you seem like a very...
That's enough. That's enough. All right, Mr. Robinson, we'll spin this off to one of the other judges, and the lady can file a motion.
Well, it's not you that I have a problem with, it's the other judges, sir.
No, but Mr. Robinson's law partner is my wife, so that wouldn't be appropriate for me to hear that.
Oh, I see. Well, I think it should be in a different venue because the other judges...
Well, you'll have to file a motion for that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to say, if you believe that you could be impartial, because so far I've watched several of your cases, you do seem like a good impartial judge, and as long as you can assure me of that, then I would be happy to proceed. I just wanted you to know my concerns, because I definitely feel like the other judges in this court have maliciously prosecuted me unfairly, and one of them issued an unlawful warrant, which I will be suing.
Now the emotions take over completely. Lindsay's demeanor swings between outrage and desperation as she brings up her kids, accusations of abuse, and alleged misconduct by everyone involved in her case. She names names, cites sealed documents, and insists she has all the proof, just never in court. She keeps demanding justice but refuses to follow the process to get it. This isn't a courtroom strategy. It's a conspiracy-laced monologue wrapped in personal pain. And it's clear by now, Lindsay doesn't want resolution. She wants vindication on her terms, no matter the cost.
Assessment of my character, but it would really be a bad idea for me to hear a case that my bed partner, her law partner, is on the other side of the case.
That's understood, sir.
That's not smart for me.
And I appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor. You are definitely an honorable judge in my eyes.
Thank you. So you'll be able to file your motions in front of whatever Judge Martin or Judge Green this ends up in front of, and they'll hear your motion. If Mr. Robinson wants to argue against it, they'll hear both sides and then they'll make a decision. Understood?
Are you able to dismiss an unlawful warrant in this court that didn't have jurisdiction? Because my liberty right now is being infringed upon by this court. And I can't even leave my home because they have the police watching my house for something I didn't do this.
Let me answer it this way. If one of the other judges in my building made a decision, I can't rule on an appeal to that. You can't appeal.
Not an appeal, but I'm attacking the judgment based on the fact that
you've interrupted me 4 times. 4 times you've interrupted me. I'm not putting up with a fit. I'll just remove you from the meeting. You've asked me a question. I'm attempting to answer it. If you want me to answer it, you have to be quiet.
Yes, sir.
If Judge Green or Judge Martin issue a warrant and you think that decision is wrong, you cannot appeal their decision to me because we're all on the same level as district court judges. If you want to appeal a decision made by a district court judge, you have to take it to the circuit court.
Yes, sir. I'm not asking for an appeal. Let me clarify. I'm attacking a judgment, and there's Supreme Court rulings that say that I can attack a fraudulent judgment or a judgment base that doesn't have jurisdiction in any court at any time.
Okay.
So I'm proper, as long as I'm properly before the court. So that's why I was asking. Because it's a void judgment.
Before the court. You're asking me to make a decision on a case that's not mine. So I can't do that.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Judge, may I interject?
So I'm making a note in the file that this case will be blind draw to one of the other judges. I would suggest that you file your motion as soon as you can so we don't have to let too much time languish on the file.
Judge,
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Judge,
Mr. Robinson.
if I may make a request for an expedited hearing date, and without trying to poison the well, there's been several police runs to this residence. There have been people that have moved in. There's been removal of personal property. There's been, we're not allowed on the property to make maintenance or lawn mowing or other matters. So it's really become quite problematic, Judge. So.
Yes, but I'm responsible for the lawn maintenance, so there's no need for that.
Okay.
And I've only sold my own personal property and no one else's. So this is not
just
true.
Stop talking, Mr. Neski. Mr. Neski.
Well, he's making false statements against me.
As things spiral further, Lindsay starts conflating every legal issue in her life. Child custody, restraining orders, and criminal charges. They're all one giant injustice in her mind. She jumps from one accusation to another with no clear thread, treating courtroom rules as mere obstacles. But behind the defiance is someone clearly overwhelmed and unraveling. She talks about not seeing her kids, calls the system a scam, and invokes constitutional rights with zero legal backing. It's heartbreaking and frustrating. You're watching someone drown in their own narrative, refusing the lifeboat every time it's offered.
Lucas! Ellie, Lucas! Mommy's here! I miss you!
You need to get away from my house.
No, I want my kids! They canceled the court order! They vacated it because...
I don't give a fuck! I'm gonna tell you right now, bitch, I ain't even working. If you're still there, you're gonna get fucked up!
They're here! No! I want my
Fuck away from my goddamn house!
Call the police!
And here is a picture of the damage done to the door.
People versus Lindsay Dineski.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Dineski. Do we have Mr. Jadala on here? My understanding is you spoke to Mr. Jadala and that you're asking for an adjournment. You're asking for discovery and an adjournment. Is that correct?
Well, I'm asking for it to be dismissed first and foremost because there's no crime. I went to a house where my children were being held illegally and I knocked on the door. So I don't understand how that could be considered malicious destruction of property. And I do not believe that there's enough evidence for there to be any charges whatsoever against me for malicious destruction of property.
Okay.
Especially since there was no malice and I went there to
it's only
retrieve
set
my
for
children.
a pre-trial today, and I know you're versed in the law, Ms. Dineski, so you understand that at this point, I can't entertain a motion to dismiss. It's just set for a pre-trial today. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but if there's no evidence, there still has to be evidence.
Ms. Dineski, Mr. Jadala wants to speak on your behalf. Please let him.
Your Honor, I've spoken with Dineski, and I understand that she wishes to proceed representing herself. What I've advised her, I would ask the court to do, is she's respectfully requesting discovery. She doesn't have an address. She'd like the discovery to be available to her at the court so she could pick her up. And I told her after a review of discovery, she may file a motion to dismiss, present it to the court, and you could rule at that time. She
Yes, and that's what I'm doing, but I wanted to just say that I had the intentions of wanting it to be dismissed.
No, I understand that. Mr. Young, can you produce the discovery at the court within the next couple of weeks or whatever?
You want me to do it at the court?
Yeah, she doesn't have an address, so.
All right, guys, this is where it all comes to a head. Lindsay ends this whirlwind court tour by claiming her children were essentially abducted under false legal pretenses. She says CPS and the courts are conspiring to keep her from her children and alleges abuse that no court has ever substantiated. She tops it off by revealing she's still nursing a 3-year-old, using it as proof she's being wronged. At this point, it's not just delusion, it's dangerous misinformation. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you want thumbnail text, title ideas, or YouTube tags for this video too.